Schools are reopening. Businesses are reopening. Grandparents are seeing their grandchildren in person. The American people are now able to breathe easier and sleep better.
Heard it. We are able to breathe easier and sleep better with President Biden in office. Joe Concha is here. Are you sleeping better with Biden in the White House?
Very interesting that she put it that way, Stu, because I think a lot of Americans aren't sleeping easier considering what they see on the news. On a nightly basis, when they see crime skyrocketing in major cities, when they see riots continuing on a nightly basis, 50 mass shootings in this country in the past month alone, police morale at an all-time low, police looking to retire earlier as a result because they feel like they've gone from being protectors and noble people to the bad guys. And then obviously that crisis at the border.
Yeah, I mean, we're not sleeping easier, especially at times like this when we're expecting the Chauvin verdict.
That's right.
And we've got Maxine Waters, I'm going to say, stirring it up. I mean...
Inciting. Can we use that word?
Yeah, I think that is accurate.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Stuart, when you say for people to get more confrontational, right, that is inciting violence against police officers who already have an impossible job in some of these cities. And if there's a mistrial, that's just as bad as an acquittal. Either way, there will be unrest in this country, probably like we haven't seen since, I don't know, the summer of 2020 or at least 1968.
We're not sleeping easier. We're on edge. This country is on edge.
And if you care about money, too, and you see these bills, $2 trillion for COVID relief, and not even 10% goes to COVID relief. Another $3 trillion for infrastructure, where only 6% goes to infrastructure. $5 million on top of what we were spending already. Who is going to pay for this eventually?
Well, we all know it's you and I.
Exactly.
You don't sleep easier with that guy.
Or my children.
I want to talk to you about the speech police, because the White House is telling ICE, immigration people, stop using the term illegal alien when referring to migrants. Instead, they're going to be called undocumented non-citizen or undocumented individual. There's the new terms, right-hand side of the screen. This is the language police. They are now upon us again.
Interesting that the priorities are this, around language instead of around action. 20,000 unaccompanied children are now in U.S. migrant facilities that used to be called kids in cages, but that was retired on Inauguration Day. You're not allowed to use that term anymore. And during a pandemic, no less, you have these facilities at 17 times the capacity. So what is this doing in terms of then some of these migrants testing positive, but then being released into the general population? It's a literal super spreader event, and we're worried about language instead of worrying about fixing a border and a vice president who will not visit the border to see exactly what the conditions are there that include reports of sexual abuse of young girls.
You're a guy who covers the media. I don't see any change in the media, but they're still fawning all over a Democrat, and they're still full of hatred for President Trump. There is absolutely no change there whatsoever.
Just hold powerful people accountable. I don't care if you have a D next to your name, an R next to your name. That is the job here, but no one's asking the tough questions, particularly of President Biden and Kamala Harris, on how to fix this. Not even a crisis at the border, Stuart. It's a catastrophe.
Yeah, just you wait till tomorrow's virtual climate summit. That's going to be interesting, shall we say?
Yeah.
You'll be covering it, guaranteed. Joe, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Great to see you.
Always.